Shri Shri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai. Shri Shri Ma visits Calcutta and Dhaka. After the month of Jeshtha, June 1937, I did not meet Ma again until over a year later, on October 16, 1938. During this long interval, many memorable episodes had occurred around Shri Sri Ma. Towards the end of Jeshtha in 1937, Ma left for Kailash from Almora with Baba Bholanath, Jyotish Babu, Swami Akhandanand, Gurupriya Didi, and the eldest son of Shri Pran Kumar Bose, etc. I heard many interesting details about their travels from Baba Bholanath and Didi. Jyotish Babu was seized by an intense spirit of renunciation on reaching the shores of Manas Sarovar, so much so that he entered sannyas spontaneously. Ma thereafter named him Maunanand Parvat. On the 10th of Shravan, Didi had written to me from Dharchula on the way back that Jyotish Babu was very ill, but that the rest of the party had returned hale and hearty from Kailash. In such a serious condition, Jyotish Babu was brought back to Almora, and on the 2nd Bhadra, mid-August, at the feet of Shri Sri Ma, he left his body, uttering the name of Ma with his last breath. He had requested everybody present to sing the name of Ma around his death bed, and had himself initiated the tunes so far as he could. This report of his demise could serve as an example to be emulated by the foremost sannyasis. Shri Sri Ma's condition had changed perceptibly from the day after Jyotish Babu's death, and she gradually lapsed into a deep samadhi. When she regained outer consciousness after 2 or 3 days, they all started with her for Dehradun. On reaching the Kishanpur ashram, Ma for several days took only a few sips of water. Later she had fruit juice and finally a little rice. The next event within Ma's orbit had been the death of Dada Mashai, her father, in Calcutta on the 1st of Posh, mid-December 1937. Ma had arrived in Calcutta a few days earlier for a short visit and returned to Tarapet. At the exact moment of Dada Mashai's death, Ma was in a train en route to Kashi. A few months later, Baba Bholanath left his mortal frame. In April 1938, Ma was in Haridwar to attend Purna Kumbh Mela. Many of her devotees gathered there and took part in bathing with great joy. Baba Bholanath used to take out Kirtan processions daily. After Kumbh, Ma went to Dehradun, but within a few days, Baba Bholanath returned to Kankhal for the initiation into sannyas of Swami Akhandanand, brother Shri Kunj Babu. Probably it was during this period that the virulent poison of smallpox entered Baba Bholanath's body. When he returned to Dehradun, the disease was well advanced. At this juncture, Ma sent Didi and others away from Dehradun. Shri Bhupatinath Mitra, Jogesh Brahmachari and a few others remained with her. At Bhupati's advice, the well-known Kaviraj and devotee of Ma, Shri Shiva Shankar Sen, was summoned from Dhaka by telegram. But all his treatment and Sushil Masima's devoted nursing proved of no avail. Baba Bholanath left his mortal body on Friday, the 23rd Vaishakh, May 1938. At the time of his passing, Shri Sri Ma's merciful hand was resting on Baba Bholanath's head. I further learned that 4 or 5 days before his death, Baba Bholanath had started addressing Shri Sri Ma as Ma, and had also prayed to her saying, "Ma, please forgive me." He had been initiated into sannyas, so in accordance with the practice prevalent for sannyasis, his body was consigned to the holy waters of Ganga at Haridwar. The news of Baba Bholanath's death reached Dhaka during Shri Sri Ma's birthday celebrations. A pall of gloom descended on Bholanath's disciples and devotees. All of them felt that they had lost one of their very own and been deprived of his protection. Even though Baba Bholanath's external behavior had sometimes appeared abrupt, his nature was truly artless and tender. Wherever he saw anybody afflicted with grief or sorrow, he used to feel anxious and coaxed Ma to relieve the sufferer. So far, I have never noticed anybody ask any favor of Ma directly. This task was always left to Bholanath. In our difficulties and tribulations, it was he who used to reassure and comfort us. In times of distress, we never were deprived of his sincere sympathy. Thus, by his departure, we were plunged into a dismal abyss. During the Puja holidays in 1938, I was staying with my family in Calcutta. On inquiry from Srimati Bhramar Ghosh, I found out that Ma would reach Calcutta on Sunday, October 16th, and was likely to take up residence at the Desh Bandhu Girls' School on Rusa Road. Srimati Bhramar was the principal of the school and had taken the secretary's permission to provide accommodation and food for Ma and her party in the school premises. As this was very near our residence, this arrangement proved a great boon for me. On October 16th, Ma reached by Delhi mail. A large crowd had gathered at the station to welcome her. The devotees smothered Ma with garlands inside the train, and thunderous shouts of Shri Shri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai rent the air. I just could not squeeze through the crowd to get near Ma, but mentally from a distance silently tendered my homage to her. Shri Shri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai.